Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of Yosemite Valley Zoo. Today we are actually not building anything, we are doing a little tour while the protesters are arriving in our zoo, which we cannot avoid, even though I have the welfare at 100%, I don't know what that is. Anyways, that should not be too much of an issue. So we are going to have a little tour today because some things changed since we last did a tour and I wanted to just show you guys off some of the stuff we did. So entering Yosemite Valley Zoo, you can see not much change, but however on the left hand side we have a new building which potentially not every one of you have seen, and this is the Yosemite Valley Trade Depot, as you can see over here, with some nice little hanging star-shaped Christmas lights. You can see there's also like a reindeer in here, and everything is kind of nicely themed to Christmas, and that's for a good reason, because my lovely buddy Sdan Wolf, who's also doing a lot of great stuff of Planet Zoo on YouTube, he took this park for a few days and pulled that off. And I'm super happy with it. So in case you haven't seen that, if I remember, I put it in the description. If I don't, please guys, let me know in the comments. Just be very rude to me and tell me that I have to put it down, so I will link it in the comment. But, you know, hopefully I will remember to do so. Now, let me just go in here a little bit to show you what he did. So actually he built this little trade post, and there's some kind of a little story to it, because we talked about what, you know, he might add and whatnot, and I was like, you know, I'm doing this Christmas market, maybe you can add something that is also related to the market or whatever. And so we were basically having a little bit of a discussion, so what could this entrance area all be? And we ended up with the idea that, you know, this higher up level of the zoo potentially could also be something that is always open to the public. So this market over here, could you please stop shouting around? Anyways, I will have to figure out how I stop these protesters to come in, because I most certainly have the issue that all the animals are doing good, but they still keep coming in as soon as there's some little issue with mainly it's all about the trees and plants, because obviously they hate all the plants in there, because, you know, I disabled that. So it's a bit of a weird thing. They keep coming. I think Frontier's aware of it, and they might add a functionality to disable protesters in the future. That would be super lovely. Anyways, the idea we talked about, that this is always open to the public, also implied that there could be something else going on, not only the zoo management, but also like this little market over here, which is at the moment shaped to a Christmas market, but could also be reshaped into an actual little summer market, where there could be some parties at night and stuff like that. And on the other side, we have the forestry, and the locals could have this forestry. And in addition, this forestry could also be, or the trade post, could also be one of the most important things of the entire zoo, because, you know, they do have to make this whole place a very economically friendly and good working place. That also includes having a lot of... I need to move away from all the protesters, otherwise that's going to be too loud. So yeah, but my point here is that they will also help to make sure that this whole ecosystem here is maintained in a good way, and so they also do replant some trees and make sure that the whole nature is doing good and stuff like that. So that would be super useful, I guess, if we have something like that. And I like the building. It really fits in the style of Yosemite. It kind of borrows some of the elements of the entrance building, so I think it fits in really nicely. Has this little bit of Sdan detail. I'm gonna tell this because he's a very... Actually, this is my mistake here with the wall. I just placed the blueprint. I thought it was a good one, but I forgot to delete this wall. So please don't judge him. It's my fault. I just left it here. Yeah, I have to redo this area. I initially wanted to make a little bit of a market also on this side, but I potentially open up this area and add something to the trade post, so we maybe have some more facilities that are available for the people working on the maintenance of the nature and ecosystem. So maybe also like a little lab or whatever. So that would be cool. Anyways, we continue our little tour. We go into the old area first, and then we move on into the more new area, which all has been added since the last tour. So we're gonna go down the hill, and we enter again this area most of you guys know. So I'm gonna go very quickly through this area. Gonna take this little route through these little ponds. To the left hand side, right hand side. Also you get some peeks into the pronghorn reserve, I should say. There you can see one standing in there. So it's actually cool because you cannot see them really in your face. It's more like you have to really look for them, and so the pronghorns don't really feel that stress. We have this hidden away facility area down here, another watchtower. We're also going to talk about watchtowers in the future a bit more. And then we have the first people peeking into the bison habitat. Well, we caught someone pooping, which I think it wouldn't be a Rudi episode if we wouldn't see that, you know. And yeah, if we go further, okay, now it's one time of the day where this still is in the shadow, which is a bit unfortunate because it doesn't really make this area as nice looking as it could be, but you know, this is what it is. It's early on in the morning, so we're still waiting until the sun hits that area. But yeah, I'm still happy that you can see in the background there is a staff member going around, and we have this little tunnel in here that they're using to get to all the enrichment items. There's actually someone else going in there, so I love the fact that there are multiple staff members now in one habitat, because I was falling down into this one, because I saw some more people running around. I really like that. Yeah, we have this river, but if we go to the right hand side, you can see they can look from this side into the Yosemite pronghorn habitat. And yeah, we are just following this road down. I talked a lot about the viewports and the viewpoints and the sidelines in the last time, so I have these rocks on the right hand side to make sure that you are forced to look to the left hand side into what will be the future bigger area of the zoo, and also gives you a glimpse of the river, which we have to still make a more river-ish, but you know, we will have to talk about that in the future as well. Now if we go further in here, there is still a bit of a bare bone area I have to tackle, which is the back side of the shop area, and then we can go into this viewing platform, which gives you an incredible view into the pronghorn habitat. I do have to say though, I have to change this area a little bit because the animals are always getting stressed, because from this point with this dude standing over here, you can see all the animals at all times, so I may want to make sure that they don't get the peaks at all points, so maybe just putting down some more rocks or maybe even a wall or whatever. That would be nice, because otherwise the animals are too stressed, and as I said, I wanted to make sure that this works. Now we have the shop front on the right hand side, pretty simple one with a bigger seating area here, and we have the slide that uses some of the enrichment items to make this really like a little playground area. And we have the bird show on this side, which I think you haven't seen in the tour. You have only seen that being built. Now, yeah, I think it still works pretty dope. I think it really looks cool, and you can really imagine that, you know, there would be a staff member, a guide being here giving you a tour, and the birds come just, you know, going down here and landing on these things. And also they could use this thing as a little prey element where the you know, you shouldn't be seating people over here then, but you can use that. So for example, the eagle or raven or whatever, just or hawk comes crashing in here, gets the prey and gets out again, so you know, can actually see them hunting. That would be super awesome to do in a birds show or whatever. So yeah, that's kind of the idea of this little arena, I should even call it. But if we continue going to the left hand side, we continue to go to the Reptile House, the little one. So on the left hand side you can see there are the Aldabra giant, Aldabra tortoise or tortoise. They're having a wonderful little habitat in here, which gives them some shelter inside and some some one-side glass, one-way glass, so they are not as stressed. And if you have a peek in here, we have a nice little backstage building. I may want to do a closed door a bit more, or like at least a door that is leaning a bit more, so that it doesn't open up too much, because you usually wouldn't be able to peek that much into a backstage building. Now if you go to the left hand side, you get the view into the giant Galapagos tortoise habitat. Where are the tortoise though? Is there anyone around? Cane, where are all my canes? Oh, the canes are all below that shelter, or maybe some of them are inside as well. Now, oh, there's another one there that might potentially be cane. But yeah, so I love this little thing because it's such a small little habitat, but I think it's very well hidden in this area. So you have an alternative route on this hand side, which gives you a bit more of a little narrow path through the nature, which gives you some nicer looks of the mountains. You know, your attention is not directed too much to the animals, and if you have already been in that area and you just want to move to another area, for example to the food, you can do so without being stuck in here with all the people having a look in here. But you get also some nice different views on the tortoise habitat. So now just following this route over here, giving you some more views. These are obviously one-sided glass as well. And then if we continue on this path up here, the stairs, you get into the most incredible half dome building I've done, because the only half dome I did, so I can easily call it that way. And our bonobo, which is almost becoming our little running gag in here, and only people that watch this whole series will know why. So if you're new here, woo, you have to rewatch some of the episodes, especially the one about the dome, then you will know why this one is in. I really wonder why I have these leg spikes here and there. I'm not sure. Usually I should have a good performance in this zoo still. If not, I would be really worried. But I'm rocking like solid 60 FPS, so that shouldn't be too much of a deal. Anyways, you can see this is the Liebherr Dome, and this might also be the reason why the protesters are here. Not really sure why though. They should be fine, but I remember that they still have thirst issues and the staff members not doing their job properly in here. Still don't know why exactly, but I'm gonna figure that out in the future. Now, this is all what you've seen already. Now we move into the new area, and the new area is not finished, obviously, but you get a peek, so you get a better idea of what I'm doing. Now, this is the path that has to be filled with some other things, which I'm not really sure what exactly that will be. So some other animals, yeah, maybe some bears that can have a really nice gigantic habitat over here, or even wolves was also like a nice idea of you guys in the comments. So there's a lot of things we can do, but I also have to do some, let's call it entertainment management, because at the moment we have not that many exciting animals in that first area, which was really the idea. Now the most exciting ones are the lemurs, but if you move into that area over here, which I not really know why exactly they are protesting that much, but this is obviously one of the areas that is really interesting for the people to go to, because that is where the Siberian tiger lives, and also the lions, the cheetah, and the snow leopard. So a lot of the big cats, well, in fact all of the big cats we have in the game officially. So yeah, if we move up this way over here, which I still have to make a bit more important for the people to use, because at the moment they don't really do that. There's a fence missing. This is not really safe over here. Anyways, you can get a nice little view into the habitat. You can see that Siberian tiger roaming around, and in fact I forgot about the Bengal tiger, which we also have in the game. Now that is super cool. I still love this habitat, and I still believe this is one of my best habitats I've done in the game. But yeah, you can see this is the waterfall area over here. It doesn't really embed too well into the whole setting here. So I was thinking of maybe making even like a glacier going down here and creating this waterfall in the summer times, which would then be frozen in the winter times. You know, we have to look into that. Anyways, if we go into this build, you can see you could actually... what happened? Oh my lord. Now I got stuck with the tangent cam, right? Holy shit. I'll be back with you in a second, guys. Alright, we are standing back outside the building. I don't want to go in and risk that again to go back in the building. Now, it took me several minutes now to change a few settings, because I was getting so many protesters in the game that was like seriously insane. And that is so weird. I get some lags. I really hope that the video is not too bad. But the FPS shows me some solid 60 FPS, but it feels laggy. I don't know what exactly that is. Anyways, before we go to the lion, which is on the left-hand side. Oh, you see, now the protesters are leaving. Whatever. We have some more stuff about... I changed a lot about this habitat. Like, it's not from the video I made about the Siberian habitat. I really changed a lot. I'm a big fan of this fence I created with the polar set, and also I'm a big fan of he's not of this backstage area here, because it almost disappears while going past. And I slapped down some bins here to make sure that the staff is really only using the left hand side. It really works pretty well, to be honest. And then you just go into this area. By the way, I cannot change that, but they are not escaping over here, which is not a big deal. So yeah, you just come into the backstage area of this habitat, and if we just use that, there is a secret little staircase, which obviously is not usable, but it leads into the back of the building, and then you come into the backside of the Siberian tiger habitat, because that was maybe one of the weak points of my design, because in fact the entrance over here, the location, it's not really that realistic, because if you would take care for the animals, especially you would go into their main shelter, which is up the hill, and you would not go like down here and then just move all the way up in a tiger habitat. You most certainly wouldn't do that. So yeah, this is what I just added in terms of a little bit more realism. Now, if we go to the right-hand side, it opens up into the next area, which is the snow leopard habitat, which we cannot see a snow leopard. Oh, there was one snow leopard just going inside, so maybe we can catch another snow leopard inside. Let's go and go into this area, and then there we go, the snow leopards are inside, so that's pretty cool. I've not done the inside yet, so this is bare bone building. Don't judge me, don't hate me. I will have to do a lot. There's a lot of facilities in the middle, and I will have to do maybe some information kiosks and some easy inside builds. I guess I got a lot of inspiration from Mr. Mike Sheets. What he did with my wonderful koala build is just freaking insane. And yeah, hello Snow Alia, how are you doing? You're just standing there looking for whatever, I guess. Your partner just went out, right? Or is that the male? I cannot really distinguish which is the male or female. I guess size-wise, I could guess that this is the male, but it's just a guess. Now, yeah, if we could continue yeah, you know, we do this because we have to go back. So that will be the cheetah habitat over here, which I've not started yet effectively. And also that's why this is a tour today. I didn't want to come up with something forced, you know, and if I would have tried to slap that in, because in fact, the moment you're watching it, I potentially could have already birthday. If you're watching that on Sunday, I have. If you're watching that on Saturday, I don't have yet, because I'm turning 30 this weekend. This is also why I will not be able to do too much about videos. I'm just pre-recording a bit here, and let's see how much I can get out. I'm not sure. Maybe there's a tutorial for tomorrow, but maybe there's not. I will see. I will see if I get it done. Now, yeah, so this is the other side where we go back, and there you can see there is a little peek inside of the lion backstage building. This is a one-sided glass, obviously, and it is, you know, twice it's secured in two ways, let's put it that way. We have the, oh look at that, there you could see the lion just running through here. You have the glass, which is potentially bulletproof glass anyways, and then you also have a chain link, or it's not even chain link, it's an iron bar, iron guider thing, iron beams. I don't even know how you want to call that, but it's like an iron mesh, steel mesh. That's the one word I was looking for, steel mesh fence, to make sure that this is, you know, twice as secure. Then if we go to the left-hand side, this is actually a really nice peek into the lion habitat, and this is what people asked me about a lot in the last episode where I did do the actual habitat, how I planned out the viewports, if there are any, and how I did this. So the viewports were made in a way that I grant the lions a lot of privacy, because I want to make sure that you can see them from several angles, but I'm not giving you too many open views because I want to make sure that they have enough space to roam around that people cannot see. This park is a lot also about conservation and making it realistic, and that's one of the cool peak points. And you love how the sun and the shadow interacts with the window. That is so cool. But yeah, if we just need to go back first, because on this side there is also another little viewing area, as you can see. There we go. And this is the same story, you know. I created the terrain in a way that it blocks a lot of space of the habitat, which is all in the back here. But you still get a nice view of the lions that are using this side of the habitat, and yeah, you get this nice little view at eye level, more or less, because I created these things according to what actual zoos do with this little, you know, area down, which goes a little bit down so they can jump out of here and just roaming around in your viewport, which is super nice, I guess. So it makes the whole thing more easy to use for the guests, but also you have a bit more distance towards the animals. Now, if we continue going through that house here, also, I guess not only the peaks, we also need to make sure that there is maybe a bit of a station where the cats can also be in. I would love to have even more like small cats that you could put in here in the middle. That would be also so cool. But as of now we don't, so yeah, it's not really a chance. Also, here's another viewing gallery, obviously for the snow leopard. As I said, there are multiple ones, but yeah, if we go out, and then before we go further, there is another area that we can use to have a peek into the lion habitat. And just to finish off my story, that might be one of the best views into it, but I still created this little bridge area here that basically blocks away the whole backside of this area. Now we will do one thing that actual guests cannot do. We will be able to walk up this hill, and I am thinking of how to treat this area here. Not too much planned out yet, so I will make sure that this is more or less a backstage area, so you're not getting this direct view into this back area of the habitat. I really want to make sure that this is, maybe it's even a border to another habitat that is a bit more open, you know. You never know what I'm going to do with that, but I just want to make sure that this is a view that you only get from the other side of the river, because I want to make sure that the animals have this area as private area, which I'm currently not using that much, but I like the idea of giving them this natural habitat, which you guys were also very happy about the fact that I made this Yosemite styled and not forced some Savannah-ish look into here. And I'm also not a big fan of using another style that does not fit to the area. So yeah, that's basically how it looks in here. That's the last habitat we had to look into, because that's the last animals we have. Look at that, look at the lion here. Oh, I love it. That is so cool. That is so incredible. I love it. That's such a nice view. Let me just take a screenshot of that. Oh, I love that view. I really love that. I also love the general look of the zoo, because it gives you so many cool viewports, and I really have to work on these mountains, so I will make them, potentially I'm also going to make the peaks all snowy at the end, because it will make them brighter, and we need some brighter looks. Oh god, otherwise this is going to be freaking insane. I wonder though if I could take the inside view here as another screenshot. I'm just gonna get you guys in here again. Oh, look at that, I just love it. So if we go here, and then we have, I like that view a lot, so maybe we can use this view and just brighten it up a bit more, because I love this view into the habitats a lot, because it gives you such a cool vibe. Oh my god, okay, there's a lion in the back. It almost looks like a mountain lion here if I zoom in a bit more. Oh, look at this. Oh god, this is so cool. It really looked like a little bit of a mountain lion. Oh, I would love to have mountain lions in here. You cannot believe how much I would love to have them. That would be so insane. Yeah, maybe another little detail I wanted to show you in here is that I had to replace this gate a bit. I had another steel fence here that is mainly like, this is like a preparation area for the staff, and then you can go in here to make sure that the lions keep out that area. But in fact, the lions got stuck on here, so I have to see how I do this. But yeah, this is their privacy area. Oh my god, this is not done correctly. Copy paste lines, by the way. Now, yeah, we are in the habitat. We should definitely go out again. But I'm a big fan of how this zoo turns out. I hope you guys are too, because otherwise you wouldn't follow this series, I guess. But yeah, all of your ideas. Today there's not a question of the day. I guess the question of the day is, if you will, give me your ideas, which is not a question, which is more like a forced thing. No, your task is really to come up with a positive criticism, if you have, like constructive criticism, if you just saw something you don't like, or which is super unrealistic, just let me know, because I want to improve. I like this view. Oh god, look at that view. This is like, we have the signs peeking out, even though our animals are all at 100% welfare. Oh my god, this is whatever, ridiculous. Now, I just love the view of that area. If we go a bit higher, can we just use that again? Oh, I have to change the mountain though. It's not looking too nice with the mountain. So we go up this hill. This is the only area you haven't seen, because we took the other way around. Now this is the view we are talking about. That is it. Yeah, this is going to be looking very cool once this is all a bit more dense, and with all the tree lines to the very end, so that you only see the mountains peeking out of it. And yeah, but again, if you guys caught some missing elements, some parts that you don't really like, some stuff that you don't think is fitting in here architectural wise, if you found something that is, you know, annoying you for whatever reason in terms of realism, or whatever you come up with, please let me know in the comments. Not only for the algorithm, well, to be honest, a little bit for the algorithm, but also for the fact that I want to improve and go on. And yeah, we will definitely, you know, put the next episodes will definitely be all around the cat area. I think I want to finish off the cat area rather sooner than later, before I will then jump into what will be this area. I've no freaking clue what that is. And I forgot about one point that I started with at the beginning of the episode. I just wanted to conclude with talking about the entertainment management. Now, what I meant by that is every zoo has a certain flow. And by flow, I mean people naturally have different ideas and favorite animals, and they are drawn to these habitats more likely than to others. But you have a general idea which animal is your most favorite animal in the zoo. Now, this animal will then draw the most attention and the most crowds and also the most traffic, you know. And in terms of traffic, we have to make sure that, you know, the people that need to pee find their toilets, but also the people that are going to go to the animals find the habitats. And by doing so, they don't create traffic jams. And that is going to be one thing that is super important, because at the moment you can see that a lot of people are getting stuck here because this is one of the most favorite habitats. So what we have to do is to give them some alternative routes, because at the moment 99% of the zoo is just going down here and then spread out to the left and right. That was my idea, but since this is too interesting for them, they're all stuck in here, just blocking all the people off. And you know, same will maybe happen over here in the area of the cat houses. And at the moment, I even I topped the maximum guest at 1,500 to make sure that it's not too crowded. So what I have to do, I cannot put too many interesting animals in this area. Simply said like that, I cannot do it in that open area, because if I would fill this in with a lot of high-ranked, most appealing animals game-wise, not realistically spoken, because everyone can have his favorite, but the game has a different appeal level which is needed, and so naturally people go to different appealing animals, and the higher appealing ones are the more interesting ones. Now we have to reserve ourselves save up some very interesting animals to go all the way in the back of the zoo, to make sure that everyone is going to the very end of the zoo. And this is going to be, I think it might be the African Savannah ish thing. I was even planning on maybe making a half-ish dome, a half open dome with a mixed habitat that has a valley itself and stuff. Like it's a savanna heavy, savanna styled habitat inside, but then a Yosemite styled savanna-ish layout on the outside, which is then for the zebras and the elephants, giraffes, and all the animals that go together, making like a gigantic, even safari-ish feel habitat in the back, which shares again this wonderful dome, but then again also like a tour maybe. That could be an idea to put in the very back of the park and make sure that everyone goes there. And in between, we can spread out the animals also a bit more planned by their appeal and not only by what we are favoring. And along that way, we hope for a lot of great DLCs and updates that bring us some awesome new animals that we will have in there. Anyways, that's been it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this tour. I hope it was a little bit more informative as well, and not only just showcasing. At least that's what I tried. And if you enjoyed, make sure to, as always, you know the drill. I still hate that. But if you could give me a thumbs up, I'll be not rejecting it. And if you want to comment, as I said, please do so. I'd be happy about having the interaction with you guys. And now, have a wonderful Saturday. See you in the next one. Have a good day and bye. Alrighty guys, thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate that. As always, make sure to check out also my social media channels. You can find me everywhere under @Rudi Rennkamel. Also, big thanks to the crew. You can see it on the left hand side right now. And as always, if you want to see more, you click that card on the top right. And if you want to stick around because you like the stuff you've just saw, whatever, you know what I mean, just click that sub button, which is to the bottom right of the screen right now. But everything else I can say is have a great time and see you next time. Bye guys.